What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. Let's dive into more Traverse City / Michigan craft beer. It's going to be Right Brain Brewery. This is called the Cherry Pie Hole. Disclaimer, the label has changed. It does look a little bit different from prior year distribution. This is a better looking can. It's sleeker. It's got red. It sticks out better in the crowd. They've done this for quite a few years, guys. I don't even know how many. It could be 5, could be 6, 7, 8. I don't know how many years it's been, but it's been around for quite some time, just as a note to put in there for you guys. So Right Brain Brewery, I live quite close to it. I love all the Traverse City breweries. This one's one of the oldest. They've established one of the best reputations. They have been in the game a long time, and a lot of great talent has branched off from Right Brain. Other people who own breweries, I'm not going to name them all, they've come from Right Brain. So disclaimer, Right Brain's been around a while and they have a great reputation with a great brand. So guys, Cherry Pie Hole, again, brand new can art. Looks a lot better, and on the side it says it's beer brewed with whole pies. So we have an amber ale, but let's listen to the backstory here. No kidding, each batch is brewed with a whole bunch of real cherry pie from our pals at Grand Traverse Pie Company. Expect light notes of crust topped with a cherry finish. So yeah, real cherry crumb pies from Grand Traverse Pie Company, and they put that little emblem there to let you know that is legit. So how good is this? I had it in 2018. I looked at my Untappd. So just a disclaimer, I did look at my Untappd and I've rated it before. I'm going to see today if I like it better or worse. It's 5.4% ABV. I do like amber ales. And guys, Cherry Hole Pie. I don't know, Cherry Pie Hole. It's fun. It's a fun name. It's a cool can with a great backstory. So let's get into this. Let's pour our Michigan beer and get into this one. I hope you guys are doing great. And as I poured that, disclaimer, a lot of disclaimers in this video. It had like a thicker, denser head that pulled out of there. And that was kind of odd, almost like a pie crust. It was strange. Yeasty kind of pie crust. Look at that. It's a thick boy. It's a thick jelly roll, boy. All right, I don't know where I'm going with that, but canned on date 6/18, and today, July 7th, time of recording. So we've got some fresh beer. Dirty kind of copper, muddy orange. Yeah, she's kind of strange looking, to be honest. It looks darker and muddier than some of the other ambers I've seen, but I also have some strange lighting with, you can see it, guys. It's like an orangey, ruby, reddish mud. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. So again, that head's real thick, like real dense and sticking together real nicely. Let's get into this one. I guess I can get an aroma. Let's see. Cherry Pie Hole. Malt sweetness. There is a little bit of like a tart, sweet, sourish cherry note in there for sure. I don't know that I would point that out immediately, but there is some hidden sweetness underneath kind of the malt base. It does smell reminiscent of an amber ale. It does smell like almost a reddish IPA with like a sweet, sour note to it. It's not that hoppy though, so I guess IPA is not the right place to go with this, but that's a similar smell that I've gotten on other beers. Lost the head there. Yeah, there's just like a sweet, copper, malty hue to this beer. Like that's what I'm getting on the nose. It smells a little bit more decadent than other amber ales. This isn't as like caramel roasty maybe as some other amber ales. It's got that nice hidden sweetness that does become apparent the more you sniff it. Let's get it on the taste, guys. Will we get the same? Let's go to it. Cheers. Cheers, Right Brain. Cheers, Grand Traverse Pie Company. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So malty sweetness, definitely an amber ale, and it's pretty apparent when you drink this. It's just got that big malty base to it, and it is very sweet. This beer is definitely not dry or roasty. I guess a lot of ambers aren't roasty, but you know what I mean? There's not a dry base to this beer. It's definitely on the sweet end. It does try to kind of round out on the back end a little bit. That sweetness kind of removes itself a little bit, but you can tell there is this big kind of sweet note in here that if you dig for it, you really could find that it is cherry for sure, but it's not artificial, it's not overdone. So this is done the right way with proper ingredients. It's not like they're using like these artificial extracts and things like that. It's the real deal, guys. It's freaking pies thrown in the kettle. It's nuts. there is just some sort of decadence to this beer. Again, like, yes, that cherry kind of almost sweetish, almost sourish note blends in very nice with that malt base. It is a maltier beer, like I've been saying. It's good. You can tell that there is authentic taste here. Again, it's not going to be an artificial piece of junk. It's a unique flavor, though. So the more you sip it, that sweetness does tend to wear on the palate a little bit more. But is this drinkable? Absolutely. Is it a cool beer that has like a great hidden meaning behind it? Yeah, you can read it on the back of the can. You'll find out how great the recipe is. It's cool. It's just a really cool beer with a cool backstory. I mean, there is like a little bit of this malty, sugary crust in there, so it does have some of that like pie base to it. You know, it's got the kind of the not just the guts, the insides. It's got sort of the outside, that crumb, that doughiness to it. It kind of blends into the malt sweetness in this amber ale. It's just a really nice addition to a base of an amber, adding a little bit something more unique and a little bit toned up, you know, turned up from what is the norm. I like it. Is it like gonna blow you away? I mean, not necessarily, but I feel like there's a lot of people that could really love this beer. I feel like if you're visiting Traverse City, you're gonna like this even more because it's just got the cherry backstory to it. It's got the authentic local companies merging into one product here. It's really cool. But amber ales, I do enjoy them. I just don't drink them often. And this does have more sweetness than I typically like on a beer. So is it good? Yeah. Super unique, and you don't see much like it, honestly. Is it full on cherry? Maybe someone would want more, but I think it's the right amount, and I think it's done in an authentic, honest way. That malt sweetness just kind of builds, though. So you kind of can get lost in the maltiness of this beer, and maybe the cherry gets lost under that malt base. So do I like it? Yeah, it's meant to be a little bit sweeter. I think it's accomplished that, and I think it's a unique beer, and it's done in a really nice way. I'm going to stick to my original rating. I mean, it's cool, it's memorable, and it's different. So it's an amber ale. Do I need to go over the top extravagant rating? I don't think so, but some might go higher, some might go lower. I'm going 3.75, sticking with that rating that I had in 2018. I still stand by it, guys. So this was Cherry Pie Hole. You're gonna get it for like 12, 13 bucks max. 4-pack, really nice, slick looking can. Great product inside that can. Guys, if you're going to drink beer, make sure you pour Michigan beer. Over and out.